YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I have another pickups video for you here. Most of the stuff that I'm going to show you here actually came from one deal that went down, and there's nothing super impressive in it, but I just couldn't resist it for the price, so I thought I would go for it. The other things are stuff that I picked up from thrift shops today, so I'll get started right now. At one of the thrift shops that I went today, they had a deal on 75% off red tags, so thought I would pick up these two titles. They've been sitting there for probably like 2 to 3 weeks actually, but nobody was buying them at the price they were at, and that's understandably so, because they wanted $5 each for these titles, and they're not really worth that much, maybe a few dollars each, but because of the 75% off sale, I got these titles for $1.25 each, so I couldn't turn it down for $1.25 even for the cases alone. The first one here is SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs Fireteam Bravo 2, massive title there, and it's complete, which is really nice, and that UMD is in good shape. I probably won't show you the disc conditions of these things just because I have a lot of stuff to get through from the trade I did. And I also got Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. That was also $1.25, so I thought that was pretty wicked right there. It's complete as well. So, you know, for $2.50, I ended up getting those two games. Then moving on, I was at another Goodwill, and it was 50% off their video games, because tomorrow in Canada, it's, you know, like a celebration or whatever tomorrow, so everything's closed for Canada Day kind of thing, and therefore the Goodwills are closed tomorrow as well, which means they couldn't put their sale on for games tomorrow, and they were running it today, and I don't think that that was really a well-known thing, nor did I know that when I walked into the place. But I saw these titles and I couldn't turn them down. So the first thing here was Final Fantasy X2, and I've picked this up numerous times recently actually, but this one here is the black label, so I'll probably do a case swap and use this one to put into my collection, and I will get rid of my greatest hits version of this. So that's pretty cool right there. And I'm trying to remember now, for each of these, well, for all three games I basically paid $4.50, so that would be $1.50 for this game. And then the next one here is Need for Speed Carbon, which I also paid $1.50 for, and it is also complete, which is kind of nice. It has the French manual in there as well, but then the English manual, for some reason, that one is in black and white, which is kind of weird, but that's the way it goes. And then one that I was really happy to pick up for $1.50 is this one right here, Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time for PS3, Greatest Hits Edition, but that doesn't really bother me that much. So there it is right there, and really wicked to find that for that kind of price. Moving on though, this is the big score of the day now. There's nothing super impressive in here. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is probably reselling most of this, and what I'm going to be doing is keeping the stuff that I don't have already. So as I go through it, I'll do from the best of my recollection if I have it in my collection or not, and if not, it's probably going to be up for trade. So if you're one of my people that I've done trades with in the past, you have a YouTube channel and you're a good rep with people and stuff like that, and you see something you like here, let me know. This is in no particular order, so here we go. Now, this is the way the deal went down though. This guy posted 28 NES games for $100, which in and of itself is a pretty good deal. I offered him 70, he said 80, so I went for the 80. And then he had two other games that were boxed that he had sort of in a separate listing, and he sort of texted me and said, I've got these two boxed games. If you added another 20 to it, I'll give these two games. So basically I'll start with those box games. Nothing special here. The first one here is Side Pocket. It's totally complete, has all of its contents in there, and the box is in relatively decent shape. There's just a small little rip right here, but really tiny, like almost microscopic in size, so it's not that big of a deal. And a game I didn't actually have in my collection. I saw this this game loose at the pawn shop in numerous times, but they wanted like $8 or $9 for it. So I mean, that's a ridiculous price for this game. It's not really valued that high, but again, for a box game I didn't have in my collection, I thought $10 is pretty good. And then one which I'm happy to get boxed as well, because I don't have this in my collection. A cool title. I don't know exactly if it's that valuable, but definitely one that I wanted to get boxed eventually. Blades of Steel, and he actually has it in like one of these protective cases too, so that was thrown in there for free, which I know people are like, whoop-de-doo, but you know, those cases are like $1 each kind of thing, so you know, that's a pretty good deal right there. To get Blades of Steel, totally complete manual and everything's in here. Really awesome. Moving on, the rest of these are part of the $80 deal, which basically means that I paid $2.85 for each of these games, or 86 cents rather. So I'll get down to business on that. The first one here I'll show you, just because it came with a manual, is Battle Chess. I didn't have this in my collection, so that's pretty cool right there, to add that one in. Moving on, like I said, no particular order, there's Top Gun, and I think this one might be a label upgrade for me, but I'm not totally certain. Captain Skyhawk, this one definitely needs a cleaning for sure. There's John Elway's Quarterback, which I don't believe I have in my collection, so that's a new addition. There's also Punch Out, which I think this is a label upgrade for me. I do have this one already. Rocket Ranger, which I did not have in my collection, so now I do. That's pretty cool right there. There's Duck Hunt, which I already have in my collection. A copy of Pinball Quest, which I did not have in my collection, so that's pretty cool right there. Super Mario Duck Hunt World Class Track Meet. That is also something that I have in my collection, but I think this is an upgrade for me because this one's in really good shape. Also RoboCop, something I do have in my collection, but again, this one's in pretty good shape, so I'll have to see if that's a label upgrade or not. Sesame Street 1, 2, 3, something I didn't have in my collection, so that's pretty neat. Probably never play it, but still, that's kind of cool. Something I do have in my collection, but I remember my label's a little beat up, is Goonies 2, so that's really wicked right there. The next one here is Super Mario Bros. 3, and obviously I have that in my collection already. This one's not perfect, so it's definitely not a label upgrade for me. The next one here is WrestleMania, not in the world's greatest shape. I do believe I have this already, so that's not a big deal there. Bases Loaded second season, right there, so you know, nothing special or anything. I believe I already have this in my collection. I do know I have some of those Bases Loaded games. Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, which obviously everybody has like 17 copies of that. There's Sesame Street ABC and 1, 2, 3 Fun. Didn't have this in my collection, so I'll be adding that one in. Gyromite, which is a 5-screw version, but it doesn't seem to have any extra weight to it, so probably doesn't have the adapter or whatever in there, but still pretty cool. I believe I have this in my collection, but obviously I don't have a ROB or anything like that, so it doesn't really matter that much. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I do have in my collection. This might be a label upgrade for me. Star Tropics, which I do have in my collection, but again, these are in really great shape, so that might be something to add in for sure. Mock Rider, which I believe mine is a little bit uglier than this, but I do have it in my collection already. RC Pro-Am, again, a really great game. Pretty awesome right there. And I do have this in my collection. Tiger Heli's one that I do not have in my collection, I'm fairly certain. So that's pretty cool right there. I don't know a whole lot about that title. One I know that I don't have in my collection is Platoon. So that's pretty good right there. I'll have to, he said these were cleaned and everything, but there's still stickers and stuff on it. So, you know, I'll have to take a look at that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, another copy of that, and obviously I have this in my collection. And Renegade, which I did not have in my collection, so that's pretty cool, and this one's in relatively decent shape, so that's quite nice. Tetris, which I already have in my collection, And then finally, last but not least, Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, which I already have in my collection. So a lot of things there that I already have, but some things that I didn't have, and I figured I might be able to actually sell off a lot of this stuff and recoup most of my money anyways. Really good deal, I thought, for $2.85. I mean, you'll never really find any NES games for that kind of prices unless you're like in the United States doing some not garage selling, but I guess garage selling, but also doing the swap meets and stuff like that. You'll see those guys get a little bit better deals than that, but otherwise, I mean, locally, I'm never going to find NES games at these prices, so pretty wicked deal. Tell me what you think. I know there's nothing like overly epic or anything like that in there, but you let me know. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.